Welcome to the Gunman Insta Live. Thank you so much for coming on. This is a platform for exceptional fighters like yourself to share your journey with the fight fans. For anyone that does not know this man, you need to get to know this brother. This is a popular heavyweight. This is the champion of Quest Boxing League. He is built like a brick shit house, but he moves like Michael Jackson. He's a seek and destroy. Come forward, brock them up, brother. This is Liam Quickfire Dyer, ladies and gentlemen. So listen up, champ. You're fighting on Saturday, Epsom Downs Racecourse.
Yeah.
Who's the
Great.
name of the dude you're fighting now? Doku's out, and you got a new guy, haven't you?
Yeah, so Doku pulled out on a couple of weeks' notice. He's got a poorly shoulder, bless him. So hopefully he can rest that shoulder up, and then we could do the live we was meant to do. But anyway, not looking past Saturday. I've got a big fight coming up. I don't know much about the guy. He's a bit unknown to me, really. Much footage, these late replacements, as you know, they can be a funny old business sometimes. So got to be on my A game. Got to come with all the training that I've been putting in for the last 8 weeks. Got to try and get him out there and have a big performance. Really, the guy's meant to be durable. He looks quite slick at times when he wants to be. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to expect. We'll see what he's like when I get in there, I guess.
Yeah, listen, I know that brother. I've commentated on one of his fights.
Yeah,
and I've seen a fight, incredible fight. In fact, I've seen a couple. I've been to one of his fights. I've commentated on one of his fights. I've seen one fight where he got put down and got up and put the guy down after. So
yeah.
listen, you can't.
One of the ones I watched online, actually.
Yeah,
He kind of early on with a body shot, and then it's a bit fight.
Yeah, that was a fight. I was on the commentary for that fight. I'm pretty sure it's the same fight.
Yeah. So listen, like
he lost, didn't he? He lost that fight, but he showed like heart.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, listen, a guy like that, he's tough. He's all about fighting. He's not even on social media.
Yeah.
So people like that are dangerous. Like, he's doing it for any clout or anything like that. He got a call at just under 2 weeks' notice from Alan, and he said, yeah, no problem. So this is a guy who's about his fighting. So I've got that and
listen,
get.
Listen, when man's not on social media, that means they just enjoy fighting. They don't need to tell anyone that they're fighting.
He's on it, but listen, we've got to do what we got to do. I mean, with the limited footage we just got to see what happens on the night. But this is boxing, we've got to be. Yeah. We train for obviously certain styles and whatnot, but sometimes it don't always go to plan like this. So we got to do what we got to do. Fights happen. So
listen, you've got to take him seriously because the fact is, look, the truth is you'll be heavy favourite. You are heavy favourite. I've seen you fight. I've seen him fight. I've been at a couple of his fights. I've been at one of your fights. I'm talking live.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's not really on your level. If I'm honest, he's not really on your level.
No.
However, he is game. When you see man get knocked down and get up and knock man down, or it was vice versa, like when you people involved those fights, you got to respect what they're doing. You know what I mean?
And like you said, we actually got given a few choices for the opponent. Like Alan come forward and said, listen, 2 guys are potentially would like to take the fight against. And when we had a look, we didn't want to take no easy route. There was one guy that might have looked a little bit better, like if I'm being honest, for me to take. But it's a big fight. We wanted to get the tougher guy in, and that's why we picked him as well, because he looks tough. So, like you say, mate, I'm definitely big favourite for the fight, but nonetheless, you don't go in there with anything else but laser focus and task in hand to be done. It's still got to be done.
And in boxing, particularly in the heavyweight division, if you haven't got your eye on the ball, mate, it's one shot, one kill.
One punch.
So you can't underestimate anyone. Huh?
Yeah, one punch. That's all it takes. You
That's
got.
it. Yeah.
It's no joke when you got the little gloves and no head guard.
Mm.
People watching from outside the ring don't realize sometimes how big of an impact you can have in the ring in them little gloves. You know, it's a whole different ball game. It's nothing like sparring. It's nothing like the training you do.
Mm.
Got to be switched on, and it's not. You know, it's 5 rounds, so it's enough rounds for there to be a bit of drama and probably be um, some hard times in the fight. So you got to get through it.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot play boxing, and you can literally win fights at this level by taking it more seriously than the other guy. Literally, you've seen it. You've got a gym. You've seen it. Especially at this level, you know, if one guy takes his fight camp seriously and the other guy doesn't take it as serious as the other guy, you'll get exposed. You know, you got to take it serious, like you're in the pros, like it's a world title fight. Take your training serious. Take the fight serious. Listen, what can the fight fans expect from you? Obviously, I've seen you fight. For anyone that hasn't seen you fight that's on here, what can the fight fans expect from you on Saturday?
Slick counters, sharp movement. Like you say, move like a lightweight, look like a heavyweight. I mean, I am technically down at the Bridger now, so I've got a weight category to make. I'm going to be coming in at it's a 97.97 limit
Yeah,
or something. Um, so it's actually going to be the first time in about 10 years I've probably fought anyone the same weight as me. Everyone's been a lot bigger, a lot taller, a lot stronger. So I'm looking to use, my strength a little bit more, and yeah, just show that at a weight where I'm comfortable and not carrying the extra pounds as I have been in the past.
yeah,
You're going to see like even sharper hands, even bigger impacts on my punches,
yeah,
bigger function. The fitness is great. I'm really looking to tee up on a big performance. Like
yeah.
I've put work in, and I feel like I'm peaking just at the right
I was
time.
at your last fight,
Yeah,
and you marched the guy down and systematically broke him down. Were you a little bit disappointed that you didn't get him out of there?
yeah. I was disappointed in that performance in a whole. It was sloppy. There's no excuses in boxing. Yeah, you turn up on the day and you got to do what you got to do. And no matter what had happened to me in the lead up to that fight, I don't want to say that because I lost too much weight, because I was drained, because
Mm,
all things that I chose to do. But I wasn't myself in there on the night, and I didn't feel it either. I knew I had to get a win under my belt, but I wasn't able to do it in the style that I wanted to. And
mm.
yeah, to be fair, even for a win, I I kind of come away from that disappointed.
Yeah, you
Is that
was disappointing. I think,
yeah,
and I think if I'm right, well, you won every round. Actually, you did win every round. But if I'm right, correct me if I'm wrong. You had been out of the ring a while before that, hadn't you?
that's it. So I'd been out the ring about 18 months.
Yeah.
I'd gained quite a lot of weight. I'd bloated out to about 115 kilo.
Mm,
Mate, I'd just been living like a bad lifestyle.
mm, mm.
Outside of the gym, I'd been eating and drinking and all the stuff that you don't do as a
If you want to,
as a boxer
as a winning fighter, yeah.
fighter. I got complacent in life, and I definitely was in a bad place physically, and trying to do that turnaround from kind of January, let's say March,
Mm,
it wasn't long enough to get my body in the shape that I wanted it to be. I needed more time. I tried to do everything so quickly. You're talking about getting my boxing back to where it was, as well as getting the weight down, as well as getting, the fitness back up. There was just so many things that I had to try to do, and I just couldn't.
mm,
I could juggle it all in the time that I had, and
mm. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but it is it's a different story this time, and I've kept the weight off, and I've kept a clean lifestyle for 8 months
Great
now,
stuff.
like for the whole year. So I'm feeling
Mm,
amazing, but
mm.
yeah, in the past I've been susceptible to falling a little bit.
Listen, there's a saying in boxing that abs do not win fights. And I must say that your stamina is remarkable for a guy of your size. And one of the guys that I've got, I sponsor, that's fighting on the same show on your undercard, who was on last night, Billy Heron, his name is. You won't
Okay.
know much about him, but you will learn about him, more about him. I've started sponsoring him.
Yeah.
I've started a promotional company called Gunman Promotions. I sponsor 17 fighters. I help them train and help them get like kit and gum shields and head guards to them. It's basically like a sponsor, really. And I sponsor him, and he's a big guy, but he's got a terrific engine like yourself. When you're fit, you just don't get tired. Like last fight, I thought you were relentless. You probably think, oh, that was a really crap performance. But watching it, I thought you were really relentless. You didn't look, you'd never missed a step, or took a break. You know what I mean? You were,
Yeah.
you were pretty relentless. And listen, the truth is, I mean, I'm always looking at body types and conditioning and stuff like that. From when I was a fighter, when you gauge someone, how someone looks at on a weigh in or whatever, you're a big guy, but you move so slick. Even when the other day, when you did a little Insta Live and you're moving around, your footwork was superb. You were more slippery than a bar of soap.
Yeah.
What do you do to get that sort of engine under the bonnet?
It's all down to my team, really. We train like professionals. We don't train at the level we're at. If I'm honest with you, we train with the intention of someone who'd be going for a 12-round fight. So,
Yeah,
we've got good people around us: Mark Dennis, Simeon Dennis, my whole team at the gym.
yeah,
My nutrition is now on point, which obviously gives you another extra bit in your engine because you're
yeah.
fueling. We get the runs in, we get the hard sparring in, we live it. I'm in the
Mm,
gym every day. I'm training twice a day. We do it properly. We don't
mm,
do part time. We're all in for this, and that's why we've had such good results on the
yeah,
quest. Because at this level of boxing, there ain't many people that take it as seriously as we do in our gym.
exactly
And
what I said earlier. Yeah, you can win by taking it seriously. And boxing, why wouldn't you take it seriously? It's a
yeah,
hard game. Listen, let's talk about your gym. I wanted to go on to the gym. So for those watching in, so what's the name of your gym? I obviously know, but for the guys watching in, and what's the name of your gym? And you've got some killers in there, haven't
we
you?
have. We're the Dennis and Dyer Boxing Academy in Essex, Loughton. We've been running just 3 years now, so relatively new on the scene, but made a lot of
Mm,
noise. Very, um, me and Dennis, another cruiserweight king. Mark Dennis, obviously, took over Queensbury and then Quest by storm at heavyweight and cruiserweight. Ronnie Chisholm, another great fighter. We've got Lily Winch, who's just, she's on top tier.
mm,
Pro now. She's gone through the whole ranks with us.
mm. Did she fight
But
last on Saturday?
yeah,
Yeah, she was on Saturday, wasn't she?
she was amazing. She fought on top tier.
Yeah.
Big noise behind her at the
Mm.
minute. If you check her out, she's got
Yeah.
some big things on the way. Definitely, the girl is born to be a star in the
Mm,
sport. And I've seen these people come from the ground up with us. We've got an amazing amateur club where the boys and girls are competing. It's only our third season, and we've got some good prospects
mm,
from the youth, as well as the unlicensed, the white collar stuff as well. So realistically, we're a gym that caters for everything. We
mm.
look at everyone, no matter what they want to do, and even bigger than that, people that come through the gym might never want to up properly or say properly competitively in their life. They're just kickers, people that are maybe need it for mental health reasons or anything like that. We work with a lot of schools. We're just doing our community. That's it. But it's a family at the gym throughout the levels from the ground up. Everyone on the same level, and there's a big following. All you got to do is look at Lily's fight last week. You'd think she'd fought for a world title. The amount of support she's got at a show in her second fight, and
Brilliant.
banners, kids going crazy. It's amazing. It's amazing what the sport's doing for
Yeah.
people. Good
You
to see.
did. You didn't mention the influences that you've got passing through your doors. Why was that?
Well,
It's
get
a
there.
big part of what you do now, though, isn't it?
Well, do you know what? I wasn't going to come here and just start name dropping, but obviously we do have a couple of influencers that are looking to get out. We've got Adam Brooks, who's been with us since day dot. He's a part of the gym furniture now. Really, he's been on. Well, he had his first one on Quest, and he went on to Misfits.
Yeah.
Doing well, hoping to get him back out soon. We've got the big killer Jordan Banjo.
How's he looking? I'm hearing that he's looking like a savage, and
He,
he's got all the attributes, hasn't he?
he's and honestly, I I think that he is gonna completely take the scene by storm. Again, he just fits into the gym like another brick in the wall because his work ethic is crazy.
Yeah.
But you got to tell him to have a rest. You know, this guy don't ever want to rest. He just wants to work, 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 work. He's an amazing athlete in that sense, and he hits hard. He hits hard. No one's gonna be ready. That's all I've got to say. His right hand is going to be thunderous. Yeah, and then a newer addition we've got Jamie as well, who's he's actually
Hewitt.
yeah
Hewitt. Yeah.
he's just hurt his arm actually in a bit of sparring, but you know he's looking to get out soon. He's a very very talented boxer actually. He's been around gyms for ages, just not had the chance. He had one charity fight actually a few years ago, but he didn't take it too serious. But he's been around gyms for years basically,
Mm.
and he's a good boxer as well. So the gym's thriving, and I mean we always
Mm.
got different kind of influencers or pros coming in and out for
And
sparring or
Anthony Yard's been in there. Come on, give you.
yeah,
You're not doing yourself justice. You've got. I see you living. I see you guys working, and it's fantastic to see. I love seeing growth.
these guys
I love seeing the development.
a credit to us. They come and they share their share all their knowledge with us. They give us great rounds.
Yeah.
You know, Andy Yards, Tunde, Joel as well, another pro in their camp. They're good people, man. They look after us and they
Yeah.
beat us up, but they look after us at the same.
Yeah, they smash you about, man. Look, mate, honestly, and I'll tell you what's really cool. You've got like I'm going to call it turquoise coloured gym,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Like a
yeah,
sky blue turquoisey coloured gym, and that really stands out. I mean, look, I've never been there, but I know that, because just seeing it and seeing, I follow a few of your
yeah.
fighters. In fact, pretty much all of those guys you've said I follow, but I am a boxing journalist, I suppose.
Yeah,
But I follow all of them, and so I see it and I know it.
I
Um,
mean, the color was like me and Mark sat down when we first opened, and we just looked at all the clubs in London, and we said we have to be different. And we just looked at all the colours that were taken, which were the reds, even the navies. We just went through everything, and then we thought turquoise, man,
yeah,
they ain't got it.
interesting. Really, really interesting that is. Yeah, I'm really excited to see Banjo because as I said about body types, you would not want to be trying to get past that reach if he knows how to use it correctly. Jesus,
No,
like you just wouldn't want to.
problem. He's a problem,
Yeah,
you
big
know.
tall guy that can actually dance,
Yeah,
and move.
and he can, and he's very new. Like we forget how new he is. He's not been training or actively sparring for longer than 6 months, and
Mm.
he's well. I don't even want to say too much, but in the gym, people that spar him, they know what it's about, and once he does get the break, and they give him a day, which they're going to be pretty short soon. I'm sure it's going to be a problem for someone.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a
It would not be an Insta Live if I didn't talk about my good friend Simeon. I've met him on Insta Live, and I love the guy. And he's got a massive fight. Obviously, I did two huge Insta Lives with
yeah.
him and Hills. Like literally, the numbers were like it was really big. The big lives, big views on YouTube afterwards. The whole build up, the fight, the non-fight, the aftermath. It was just
Carnage,
absolutely brilliant. It was
carnage.
just carnage all round. But how is the big man, and how's he shaping up in camp? He looks like he's working hard early.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. I mean, Simeon trains hard. Like he's so consistent. He ain't stopped training. I don't know. We was talking about it earlier. It seems like he's just in fight camp all year round. You know,
Mm,
he's been so active the last couple of years.
mm,
He's looking sharp, and he had a little, I say break. He went on holiday and ended up training about 3 times a day out there anyway. But he went away. He's come back. He's back in the groove in England, and it's gonna be a whole different performance this time. You know, as far as it goes, I can see Simeon shutting the fight down. You know, completely.
mm. But in the what 4 minutes that we did get,
Yeah,
the intel tells us that Simeon's too quick for him. He was just
Yeah,
too quick. He was just too quick for him.
I think it was clear to see that Simeon was doing everything that was asked of him, and everything that you would need to do against a fighter like that, who's quite aggressive, carries a bit of power, and you got to shut that out by speed, using your feet movement, using your head movement, and Simeon done that great on the night, or for the 2 rounds that we had. And it'll be the same again next time, just with the conviction for 5 rounds and not 2 rounds, and that's it. We just pick up where we left off.
For the neutral, though, it's interesting because it did look like the rhythm was just starting. Like Hills had just changed game plan, and was now starting to march Simeon down. Just before in the second round, he just started to like hands up and just march him down and looking for the 1, 2, 3 punch bang. And so I think just we've had a little sniff of both men, sort of what they were about. And so it is an interesting fight. People aren't just thinking, "Oh, it's just going to just be Simeon, all Simeon." We know that Hills has got the power. He was adapting in there. He was definitely changing what he was doing because he was getting lit up in the first round, and
Yeah,
so we never got to see how it unfolded. So it's such an interesting fight. But the speed kills, and speed does kill. It's not me saying that. That's a saying in boxing.
yeah,
And Simeon had the speed. He was just way too quick. And Hills admitted himself on the live afterwards, on the Monday, I think it was afterwards. He said, "Yeah, his speed surprised me." So, yeah, we're really looking forward to that one. That's going to be absolutely immense.
yeah. There's gonna be a lot to that fight. I mean, the build-up's massive because of what happened and how it stopped. So, boxing aside, it's just it's a big fight in general. I think it's gonna have a lot of people watching on the night.
I have to ask you. You was in the corner that night,
Yeah.
and you stormed in the ring.
Mm.
Probably done a few things that you shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
Well, probably done loads of things that you shouldn't have done. How do you feel about what went down? We don't need to go into all the
Yeah.
specifics, but it boiled over. Um, it
Well,
boiled over. Let's just say, Simon was hit on the break, if I remember right, and it boiled over, and there was bottles thrown, and there was a melee. Um, Listen, a lot of it was aimed at you. A lot of it was aimed at you from Team Hills.
all right. I
What's
mean,
your what's your
I spoke
response?
I spoke to Levi, I believe his name was, after. I think after you'd lot had done the live actually, and I said, like, as a trainer, I don't condone what I did, but as a friend, and like, it seems like a brother to me, I don't regret it, because once something we're boxing men, yeah. We're around this all the time, and you can keep your cool in that kind of environment because you're professional and all the rest of it. Sometimes you can get you can be a little bit more connected to a fight when it's someone you're really close to,
Mm.
and even more so when someone turns it into something that it's not. Let's say street kind of fight. He's trying to hit him off, go around the referee, and that. In
Yeah,
my eyes, it's become something that isn't a boxing fight. It's become more of a brawl, or whatever you
yeah.
want to call
Did you lose your rag?
it. For that split second, yeah, I could say I did lose my rag, but it is what it is. Like I said, as a trainer, I regret it. As a friend, I don't. So I'm contradicting myself
Mm.
there. I know it is.
Would you do it again?
Um, Under the same circumstances,
Yeah.
I'd probably save the water bottle.
Sponsored by Evian.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
water is a commodity that we need in the world, so I'll probably refrain from the water bottle. But
Listen, the thing it was on instinct though, so probably my question was silly. Like when I say, "Or would you do it again?" It was an instinctive thing, wasn't it? You're seeing a good friend of yours is kicking off, and you just went, and you threw a bottle in and jumped in the ring, and it all kicked off, and it was an instinctive thing, really. So you probably would do it again.
I know,
Um,
like, people had their bit to say about it after or whatnot. Like, if anyone wanted to have a conversation with me about it, that's fine. As a trainer, I know that you're not meant to act like that. I'll hold my hands up, but it is what it is, man. This is boxing. We're in a sport which has got high testosterone, high,
mm,
and guess what? things happen through the ball. Like look at
100.
the professional Australian fighter the other week. I don't know if you saw it. His brother jumped in the ring and decked Elsie's trainer. These things happen regularly in the sport just because it's
Yeah,
so
I've seen many of these. Yeah, it happens,
emotional.
doesn't it?
So it happens, and Luke himself was in a very emotional state during the fight to want to continue fighting, going around the ref, and everyone's emotions can get the better of them sometimes, and shows how much we love the sport.
Yeah,
And he can
absolutely.
take it anyway. He's a big boy. He's all right.
Let's talk about Doku. So Doku pulled out. He's got a bad shoulder. Has he pissed you off, and do you have to go back and finish this guy off?
Yeah, so I've got to make sure that I execute my plan for Saturday night first and foremost. I'm not looking past him at all. But after I one out the
Yeah.
way, it happen, man. If he's not up for it and his shoulder was just a little bit poorly, then he can just let us know. But I'd love to fight on. It was undefeated fighter versus undefeated fighter. Had all the components there to be a massive fight. So why not try it again? Beginning of next year, I want to get out again. So if he can rest his little shoulder up and get some, I don't know, a little bit of
So,
therapy.
so let's put that brother on the hit list. Who else is going on there?
This is a tough question. So weight wise, I'm finally, like, thanks to Dan Woodgate, does the commentary on Quest. He's been doing a lot of my nutrition. He's been helping me out big
Oh,
time.
right,
Shout
yeah.
out to Dan if you need any help with your nutrition.
Shout out to Dan.
Yeah, big time. And through him, I've actually been able to lose much more weight than I've ever been able to lose since I was an amateur. And I used to box at 78 kilo. So now I feel like I've got such flexibility and freedom that there's potential for me to move down the scales even more. Looking into the near future, get this title on Saturday night. First defense Doku, beginning of the year, then push on for some even bigger next.
It's a difficult weight category though, because there isn't that many. Is it fair to say? Maybe you might want to correct me on this. Is it fair to say there's not that many challenges that are like super fight sort of challenges? Like Hills and Simeon is a super fight for Quest.
Yeah.
Let's face it, that's a super fight. When that's announced, you're like,
Yeah.
whoa. Is there a danger that there isn't that super fight out there for you? Now you're at like a bridge weight.
That's
Weight,
why
is that fair?
that's why I think I'm maybe gonna have to continue to drop. To get down to cruiserweight, although Simeon's there cleaning up, there's enough there for both of us. There's a lot of fights around, like, across the country that noise. So I'm sure there'll be big fights out there. I want this fight Saturday. I want Doku after that. And then I'll decide what I'm doing. I mean, I shouldn't be a heavyweight. I'm too short.
Yeah,
I got the skills, but there comes a point where that
yeah,
fight, one of these big guys one day is just going to pin me down and pummel me.
yeah.
I've got
Because go on, you got the 120 kg plus boys in there, you know.
yeah. Like I've fought big guys. I've fought wide guys. I've fought tall and wide guys. I'm ready to fight some people my size. Yeah, if I could move down the scales, get down to cruiserweight, maybe there's a few other weight categories like a light cruiser. I've still got a lot of weight that I could get off with the right training and eating correct, obviously. So yeah, just see where it goes from here. Really, that's my next plan, is this fight and the fight after that. But then after that, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. How many more fights you got left in you? Are you here to stay?
Yeah, I reckon I'm good. I reckon I'm good for at least another. I'm 26 years old, so I've got at least another 10 years in boxing, and I.
Yeah, but is there the fights there to keep you motivated, to keep training hard, to keep you off the booze, to keep the, that's the truth. It is. That's what, I'll just tell you how it is. Are the fights there for you? Because you're a very difficult weight.
Yeah,
Listen, the cruiserweight division is one of the worst weights in boxing, they say, because you're not a heavyweight and there's such a wide gap, and that's why they're bringing this weight in to sort of close that division up.
yeah,
And weight, it's just like it's a horrible. There's not really great. In
It's not.
professional boxing, cruiserweight division has been one of the worst divisions for a while. It's only just now recently started seeing Billam Smith and a
Yeah.
few of these guys, Reactpour and some of these guys, Chamberlain, a few of them like coming, Okoli coming through, But like it's just generally been a horrible weight division, and just above that, you're too small for the big heavies. So it's a difficult
Well,
weight. And is there going to be, even at your level, is there enough challenges for you? Is what I'm
I,
asking to keep you boxing at Quest level for that much longer.
well, I'm not sure. I'll hopefully after this get this other title and a few wins under my belt. If it dries up, there's other platforms. There's other people in the country that are fighting regularly that have got a good name for themselves. If I can't find a good fight at that pool, then I don't know what I'd do, mate. Realistically,
Yeah. The thing is, people do emerge and rivalries emerge. So,
yeah, of course.
we're talking one day now, and then you can we can hang up this into live and someone call you out on your page, and he's a good heavy cruiserweight from good bridgerweight from another organisation up north, and suddenly it makes sense. So it changes
I,
quickly.
I think as well. Like I do this because I love the sport and I enjoy it, and it keeps me grounded, and I get a lot out of it mentally and physically. So that's why I'm still fighting to test my skills against good people, like you say. So I need that for motivation. But at the end of the day, I've sown a path as well. I have a gym. I have fighters. I'm around this game all the time. So for the rest of the year, like after this, I'll be focused on the boys and the coaching side of things, as well as staying fit myself. But I'll be doing that as well. So I'm never really out the loop with it. And when something comes up, I'll be ready. I just got to try and ensure that I'm staying active, having a couple myself each year, and keeping the gloves nice and warm.
Yeah.
I don't.
Liam, it's absolutely lovely to hear. Listen, anyone joining the live, this is Liam Quickfire Dyer. Make sure you are following him. Make sure you're following Gunman Boxing. We're interviewing fighters of all levels across the fight game, bringing up some brilliant interviews coming up. So make sure you follow everyone. Everyone's following everyone and support everyone because it's a hard enough game as it is. Listen, before I let you go, let's have some quick fire questions, okay?
Go on.
Right? Quick fire questions, a little bit of fun before you go. Try and answer as honestly as you can and try and keep it to one word answers if you
All
can. All right? Hardest sparring partner for you in the gym?
right.
Who?
Yard.
Yeah. Oh, Yard. Sorry, it cut out. Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
No brainer. Have you ever been dropped?
No. That's a lie. That's a lie. I got yes. Yes.
No one
But
likes to answer that one. Yeah, was it Yard that dropped you?
no, it was Sam Gilly. Sam Gilly when I was about 17. He
All
dropped
right.
me.
Sam Gilly, you're a bad man.
Terrible.
What part of training do you hate?
Dieting.
Hmm, interesting. Who in the gym is the worst listener?
Mark Dennis.
Right, when you've won what he's won, you don't need to listen
True.
anymore. Who's the slickest on the pads?
Me.
All right. Who's got the best chin down your gym?
Ooh. Ooh. Me.
Right. Who is the fastest brother down your gym?
Hands or
Let's
running?
go hands. Who's
Ky-
got the quickest hands?
Kyrie Griffiths. He's been on Quest a few times. He's sharp.
Yeah, yeah, I think I know
He
that
fought Deb
brother.
Hallett. Like, but he's had a lot. He's come in like on 2 weeks' notice and that. He's one.
Yeah,
He's one boy that works for us. He's rapid, man. He's sharp.
yeah. Excluding white collars and beginners, who's got the worst defence? Who's got less defence than R. Kelly?
um, what? Out of the big boys.
Yeah, it has to be out of the fighters. You can't pick on a beginner. Who's
Ronnie,
got the worst defense?
Ronnie, Ronnie loves taking a whack.
Yeah, that's it.
Very Ronnie, I love
That's
you.
a cracker. Yeah, Ronnie. Let's put Ronnie in that category for sure. That guy doesn't mind taking a whack, does he? Though that's part of his game. His chin is his defense, isn't it? his chin is his defense. So jab, overhand right or uppercut?
For me to throw,
Yeah, whatever you, what would you prefer? What do you prefer?
hand,
Overhand right or uppercut?
overhand,
AJ or Fury?
Fury,
Saudi money or world title?
Saudi money,
Yeah,
but the world title.
it's not the world title. Simeon Dennis or Hills?
Simeon Dennis,
All, all
all day,
day.
every day.
All day, every day. Listen, it's been brilliant having you on, my man. I appreciate your time. Listen, it's been a long overdue. I've been wanting to see your face on this Insta Live for a long time, and I hope it's not the last time. But listen, I do documentaries. I don't know if you know that. I do documentaries on gyms. I would love to come down to your gym and film a documentary about the gym at some point. So
Any,
I'll try and DM you about that, maybe about doing it later on in the year.
yeah,
But yeah, it's a fascinating gym, and it's great to see you putting, time, effort, energy into the youngsters and the newbies coming through and helping and supporting and being a mentor to fighters as well as being a great fighter and a great guy yourself. So just keep up the good work, man. That's all I can say.
amazing. Thank you, mate. Thanks for your time.
Listen, thank you for your time. Big up your gym. Anyone who needs to know where that gym is, get yourself DM those boys, Dennis and Dyer Boxing Academy. Watch out for these brothers. They're going to the top.
You know that.
Take it easy, my G.
See you later, brother.
Take it
Thank